Now we will demonstrate initial account access and setup for your Surgeon Specific Registry, or SSR account. To access the American College of Surgeons SSR, go to acs.infosarioregistry.com. Here you will see where you can enter your username and temporary password. When you registered, you should have received an email from ACS Tech Support at quintilesims.com containing your username and temporary password. And just a quick note, if you do not initially see this email, check your spam or junk folder. Now, when you log in with your username and temporary password, you will immediately be prompted to change your password. First, you must re-enter your temporary password. After you've done that, now you will create your new secure password. And on the right side of the screen, you will notice the password security criteria, which must be adhered to for HIPAA compliance standards. So, create and enter your new secure password according to the password security criteria, and then re-enter your new secure password in the field directly below. Click on Submit Change, and next you will have to accept 3 agreements: a participation agreement, a business associate agreement, and a user license agreement. Go through each of the agreements and click on Agree. And next you will set up your challenge questions. Click on Setup, and then select the questions of your choosing from the drop-down menu and type in the correlating answers. These questions will be used for security purposes in the event that you forget your password. When you are finished, click on Save to update and save your questions and answers. Also, in the event that you need to change your challenge questions, you may do so in the My Account section, which we will go over later in this demonstration. Lastly, you will now set up your procedure locations, which is required before you begin case entry if your procedure locations are a data variable that you would like to capture. To begin the process, click on Form Management in the main menu. From there, click on Custom Lists, and then click on Procedure Location. Now click on Create New. Type in the name of the procedure location, and for an example, I will enter Northwestern Memorial Hospital. If you like, you may also add start and end dates for procedure locations if that information is relevant to you, but it is not required. Now, click on Save and Exit, and you will see the procedure location in your list. To add more locations, simply repeat the process. Also, if you need to change or update any of your procedure locations, click on the Edit button next to the desired procedure location. And now, you're ready to begin entering cases.
Now we will show you how to navigate the SSR main page, which again is the Cases View page. To access this page, simply click on Cases in the menu. So in this account, you can see that we have a few cases in the system, and there are many ways to sort and filter your cases, whether you want to see the latest procedures you performed or are looking for incomplete cases. You can see all of these headers here, and you may click on any of the headers to sort by procedure date, procedure name, MRN, patient last name, and case status. Whichever header you choose to sort your cases, click on the arrow icon to the right of the desired header to sort your cases in either ascending or descending order. In addition, you can use the filter search function to find specific cases by typing in keywords or text related to the procedure date, procedure name, MRN, patient name, or case status. And you'll find the filter search function over here on the upper right side of the Cases View page. You'll also notice this column over here to the right labeled Action. The Action button provides you with a few choice actions you can make for a specific case. Clicking on the action button of a particular case will display a drop-down where you can open form, view audit trail, and delete. Clicking on open form will simply open up that particular case for you to edit, but you can also open a case by clicking on any of the data variables of the case. View Audit Trail provides you with the ability to see all actions that has occurred for a particular case, which means that you will be able to see what changes were made and when to the case. This is especially useful now that the SSR has delegate level user access. A delegate can be someone who enters data on your behalf, such as an office manager. If you have one or more delegate users on your account, any of your delegates can make a change to a case, and with the audit trail, you will be able to identify who specifically made any changes to a case. Lastly, delete will delete a case. When you click on delete, a message will display asking you to verify your choice. If for some reason you deleted a case that you did not intend to delete, you will have to call the technical help desk. For this information, you can log out of the system, and on the login window, click on Need Help, and the help desk information will display there. And that is how to navigate the SSR Cases View main page.
We will now show you how to add a new case in the Search and Specific Registry. To manually add a new case in the SSR, click on Add New. You will notice that you are required to enter a procedure date. After entering the procedure, click on Submit, and your case form will automatically open. And you are now ready to begin entering your data. The SSR case form is comprised of 5 sections: demographics, pre-operative information, operative information, post-operative occurrences, and a notes section, which is where your custom fields will appear once you have created them. And we will demonstrate that later. Please note that it is important to continuously save your data as you enter it, as the case form does not automatically save. To save a case without leaving it, click on the Save button. We will now begin entering patient demographics. Please note that you are not required to enter a first or a last name of your patient. When entering the patient's birth date, you can choose to enter the full birth date with the month, day, and year, or the birth year only. Next, we have our pre-op information section. Pre-op diagnoses is where you will enter your ICD-10 codes. Then we have patient height and weight, and if you choose to enter that data, the patient's BMI is automatically calculated for you as a convenience. Here we have functional status. Next, we have operative information. The procedure date will automatically populate based on what you entered previously. Please note that it is important to enter one primary procedure as it is a required field. The search functionality of primary procedures is based on clinical relevance when typing in the procedure name. So if we start to type in appendectomy, all clinically relevant procedures will be displayed first. To keep searching through this list of procedures, click on Display Additional Results. You can also enter the 5-digit code of the CPT code if you know it. And again, it will display any relevant procedures based on the number of code digits entered. The more digits you enter, the more precise your search results will be. So as we start to type in 36821, you can see how the search results are increasingly narrowed down as we type in more results. And all CPT codes for 2017 are included in the SSR and are the same across all of the ACS registries. However you decide to enter your procedures, Double-click on the desired procedure once you have found it. If more than one procedure was performed, use the Additional Procedures field to enter as many additional procedures as necessary. To enter more than one additional procedure, enter the first procedure, and then below that, click on the empty space to enter another procedure, and so on and so forth. Next, we have surgeon role and procedure location. You can select whether or not the case was an emergency case. We have ASA classification and wound classification. And then next we have our post-operative occurrences. Please note that for post-op occurrences, if you plan on utilizing the operational reports to track your outcomes, you must select yes or no for that data to be included in your report. No selection for a particular post-op occurrence does not equate to no post-op occurrence. So for instance, if I do not select anything for 30-day readmission, that does not equate to no 30-day readmission. Next, you can use the notes section below to enter additional relevant information on the patient if you feel the need to do so. This is a free text field which you are limited to up to 1,000 characters for data entry in this section. Also, once you've created your custom fields, they will appear beneath this notes section. Again, we will review custom field creation later in the demonstration. Now that you have entered your case data, review your data to make sure it is correct, and now you can save your case by clicking on Save. If you wish to enter more cases, click on Save and Exit to be brought to the main cases page where you can add another case. And with that, you have just added your first case in the SSR.
We will now show you how to access your SSR operational reports. To access your SSR operational reports, click on Operational Reports within the SSR menu and then select SSR Reports. You will notice that when you access the SSR operational reports, that the menu automatically collapses for this section of the system. This gives you more real estate to view your reports. You can expand the menu at any time. Here at the top of your screen, you will find the SSR Report option tabs. Click on the specific SSR report you wish to see. You may run the following reports: procedure by date, procedures frequency, wound classification, patient attributes, and post-op occurrences. To the left side of your screen here, you have the following report filters available: date, range, role, procedure location, and primary procedure with the CPT code listed first, followed by the procedure name. For the primary procedure filter, you can either select one or more of the listed procedures here, or you may type in the procedure name or CPT code into the search box here. Notice you can change the date here. By default, all filters are selected for each report. To narrow down the data you would like to see in your report, you can modify the filter selections by unchecking any of the boxes. Please note that you must do this for each report, as filters will automatically reset. Lastly, the Access Case column here allows you to open any cases from a selected report. Now, let's take a look at the first report within the SSR, which is the Procedures by Date report. And this report will be selected by default when accessing the SSR operational reports. The Procedures by Date reports produces a list of your saved cases within a particular date range sorted by date. At the top of the report, you have the total number of cases here. To drill down into the case level, click on the hyperlink under Access Case column. You will notice that you have the ability to sort each column header in ascending or descending order. And you can do this by simply clicking on a header and choosing a particular sorting order. Next, we have the Procedures Frequency Report, which produces a list of frequency of the primary procedures of your saved cases. Here you can view a breakdown of your primary procedure count and percentages. Click on any of the values in the count column to highlight the primary procedure count and percentage. The corresponding data will display in the details view here. Finally, you have your grand total number of procedures here. The Wound Classification Report produces a breakdown list of wound classification based on your saved cases. As the Procedure Frequency Report, you can view the specific cases for wound class by clicking on the wound class count and percentage. And here's your detailed view again. The Patient's Attribute Reports produces the counts and percentages of various patient attributes based on your saved cases. The patient attribute data includes pre-op sepsis, sex, ASA status, functional status, emergency surgery, age, and BMI. Again, you can drill down into your data by clicking on a value of any of the patient attributes. So as with the other reports, highlighting a count and percentage will bring up the specific case or cases in the details view. Additionally, when you highlight a specific value in a certain attribute, the corresponding values in other attributes will highlight as well, like so. Also, you will notice that you have sliding scale filters within the age and BMI patient attributes section so that you can further drill down into your data. Lastly, you have a post-op occurrences report. This report produces a list of all post-op occurrences by frequency and or CPT code based on your saved cases. You can see the total number of cases with documented post-op occurrences here at the top of your report on the right. To the left is the total number of cases reported. The table below here gives you a breakdown of the total number of cases with documented post-op occurrences and cases with no post-op occurrences. Further down on the left, you have the post-op occurrences section by frequency. As with the other reports, highlighting the count and percentages compared to post-op occurrences will bring up the specific case or cases in the post-op occurrences section below. To the right, you have the 30-day morbidity type frequency section, which breaks down the post-op occurrences. Notice other morbidity, which is a repeat field in the case form, provides you a count only. And then here, you have your detailed view again. And that is an overview of the operational reports available to you within the SSR.
Please also note that you can download data from each report, which we will now demonstrate. Also, please be aware that for these data download functions, they are only available from a desktop computer or laptop. And as you know, this kind of data always needs to be kept secure and safe for HIPAA compliance. So you have the ability to export your data reports in a variety of formats, including PDF and Excel formats. To download a specific report that you've run, click on the menu icon over here at the top right side of the Reports section. Hover your mouse cursor over Export and choose the desired file format you wish to save your data report as. For the Excel file format, you have two format options, the first being a regular Excel file labeled as table, and the other being an Excel CSV comma delimited file labeled as table without value formatting. Here we will choose PDF as our format, and when I click on that, it automatically downloads to the file format that I chose. And if I open that file, it will display like so. Now, aside from downloading your SSR data reports, you also have the option of downloading all of your data or a filtered data sample, which is known as the data download report. To access your SSR data download report, navigate to Operational Reports within the main menu and select Data Download Report. Once you do, your report will automatically populate. By default, all report filters will be selected, so adjust filters according to your needs. Once you are satisfied with the filters you have selected, if any, for your report, the download process is the same as that for downloading the operational reports. This time, we will export our data to an Excel CSV format by clicking on Table with Value Formatting. And when I open the file, it will display like so. And now you have successfully downloaded your data report from the SSR. We will now review how to upload case data into the SSR. Before uploading any case data, download the Uploader Instruction Manual and Uploader Template file. Both of these files can be accessed by clicking on the Notifications tab within the SSR menu toolbar. Use these documents as guides as they will help you to accurately prepare your data for upload. Use the Uploader file template to enter and organize your case data for the variables you choose to track. Here we have the Uploader template file with some case data entered. While all data variables are not required, there are some which require data in order for your case to be uploaded, including the procedure date and primary procedure. Once your case data is entered and complete in the spreadsheet, save your file in the Excel CSV comma delimited format and enter a file name that is easily identifiable to you. Please note that CSV formatting is required to upload your data. Now that your file is ready to be uploaded, we can go back to the Uploader section of the SSR. Once there, click on Choose File and select the data file you wish to upload. Once you've selected the file, click on Upload File. Here, you will see the loading status of the file you are uploading. Once the file is finished uploading, it will display whether or not it was successful. Now, to see the results of the data upload, click on Filter. Your data upload feedback will show on the right. All future data uploads that you do in the system can be found in this Upload History report. As you can see here, your data upload history is displayed in chronological order. If your data has a small red circle with an X next to it, such as this one, then your file uploaded with errors, meaning some of your data was rejected. Pay attention to the number of files that were accepted as indicated here. The numerator represents the total number of accepted cases. The denominator represents the total number of cases submitted. In the event some of your cases are rejected, click on View Report to identify the cases which have errors and correct them. The goal is for this fraction to equal 100%, indicating that all cases were successfully uploaded. So if you were uploading 10 cases, you want to see that 10 out of 10 were uploaded. And in this case, of the 300 that we uploaded, all were successful.
We will now demonstrate how to set up custom fields in the SSR. Custom fields can be used to create additional fields for variables that you would like to track for your cases. You may have specific items you want to add to your case form. To begin, select Form Management from the SSR menu toolbar and click on Custom Fields. We will now give an overview of the Custom Field Form Management page. The initial form management table here will be empty until data is entered. After you have created your custom fields, they will appear here in the table below. On the form management page, notice the column headers: name, display, type, order, and edit. We will now show you how to add custom fields. Select Create New and your custom field form will automatically populate. In the display label field here, add how you wish to label your variable. The display name you have chosen will show within your case form in the chronology you have created them. A maximum of 150 characters is allowed for this field. The field name you enter here should be closely related to the variable type you are tracking. A maximum 20 characters are allowed. This will always be displayed with the prefix format C_F_. Choose the field type here, which best captures the variables you are tracking. One thing to note is once this custom field is created, the field cannot be updated. Use the minimum and maximum values as needed to set the parameters for the custom field you create. Note that some field types correspond to specific parameters. Use date precision when the date field type is selected only. Manage Codes allows you to create drop-down menu selections. We will now show you some examples of the type of case variables you can track using custom fields in the SSR. The following examples are intended to demonstrate the utility of the custom field tool only. The illustrations are in no way providing clinical direction. Also note that this form does not automatically save, so make sure you save your data once it is entered. For the first example, imagine you would like to track your procedure start time. Type in the display label. The display label actually creates the custom field, which will appear within your case form. For this field, we will enter procedure start time. Type in the field name. The field name should be a descriptor of the type of variable you want to capture, and it cannot have any spaces, unlike the display label. So we will type in procedure_start_time. Note, we use underscores as no spaces are allowed. We will select the date as the field type, as it is always the most accurate to select when tracking any type of date-specific variables. Select the following date precisions, which are year, month, date, and minute. Note, you can customize these to fit your tracking preferences. For the purpose of this example, we will select all of them. All of your data has been entered, so please click on Save. If you would like to save your data and create a new custom field, select Save and Exit, and you will be brought back to the form management page. Let us imagine you would like to track the type of robotic surgeries you have performed. Now you can use custom fields to create a drop-down menu. We will enter robotic surgery in the display label, and then we will enter robotic_surgery as the field name. The field type we will select is a single select drop-down, and we will enter the following codes in the Managing Code section to create our drop-down menu options, starting with robotic hernia and robotic cholecystectomy. We can now save our form. Notice that you have to add the codes and then save the form to complete your custom field entry. Now you may wish to track a yes/no variable, and you want to track if this variable was documented or not. If you want to differentiate between documented versus not documented for a yes/no approach, you should always set up a radio button rather than Boolean. Please note that the Boolean field type only gives you one checkbox. It does not differentiate between not field or field. Imagine you would like to track your Medicare patients who have secondary insurance. You can enter secondary insurance in the display field and secondary_insurance as the field name. You would then select single select radio button as the field type since you are tracking this variable using yes or no values. You would then enter yes and no as your codes and save your entry. Now we will show you custom fields where you can set some kind of minimum and maximum parameter or value for decimals, text fields, and integers. Imagine you have determined the additional case variables you would like to track. Think about the variables you would like to track and the label you would like to assign to them. When creating multi-line and single-line text custom fields, use minimum length and maximum length parameters. When creating decimal and integer numeric custom fields, use minimum value and maximum value as parameters. Note to use the decimal field when decimal or integer field type is selected. Add the appropriate number of decimal places to this field. For instance, imagine you would like to track a lab value like hemoglobin. You can set the minimum and maximum values with this option. Remember, you can view all custom fields entered from Form Management page. Again, note that you can sort each column header here. If you would like to edit your custom field, click on the Edit button and make any necessary updates. Please note that you will not be able to change the field name or field type of any custom field you have created. To view your custom fields from the case form, navigate to your Cases View page and open any one of your cases. Your custom fields will appear beneath the Notes section. Remember, your custom fields will appear in the order they were created. And now we're entering some of the data into our custom field. You have now successfully created your custom fields within the SSR.
We will now demonstrate how to add a delegate account to your main SSR account by using your ACS account. A delegate account can be added under your main SSR account if you have any individuals that you want to have access to your main account for purposes such as data entry. A delegate can be an office personnel, such as a practice administrator, nurse, or biller, just to name a few. To add a delegate account, go to the following ACS website link. Please note that you have to use this specific link for the specific function, and this link will be distributed with general SSR registration information. Next, log in with your ACS account username and password. If you do not know your ACS account username and/or password, please call 312-202-5000 and ask for member services. Click on Add Delegate located just below the SSR logo, and the delegate form will open. Enter your delegate's information, including their first name, last name, and email address. Click on Save Delegate, and your delegate entry will show here in the list below. If your delegate email address changes, you can update this information by clicking on Edit. Please note that once a delegate has been added, only the email address field can be changed. Once your delegate information has been updated, click on Update Delegate to save changes. If you would like to remove delegate access, delete your delegate account by simply clicking on Edit and then Delete Delegate, and you will notice that the delegate has now been removed from the list. Also, as a convenience, click here if you wish to directly access your SSR account. And with that, you've successfully set up a delegate account for your main SSR account.